Thesaurus, and today I am making a video regarding the Pokemon Collector's Edition of the new Pokedex that came out for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I wanted to go ahead and get started on that. Got it from Amazon. It was about $25. I did find it finally in a Walmart. They wanted $40 for it, and when I saw Amazon had it for $25 and the exact same thing, I was like, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the math on that one and what decision to go with. And I also, because they had both the collector's edition and the regular version there in the store, compared like what's the big difference. A lot of people, you think collector and you think, ooh, you get something you wouldn't get with the normal one. Posters, artwork, secret tips, whatever the case. So I compared them in the store, and first, obviously, on the collector's edition, you have a hardcover versus a softcover or paperback like you do with just the normal version. The other big difference is that you get the collector, like the lithographs that they call them, and in the collector's edition, they're ultra beast lithographs. And really, other than that, when you compare what they describe on the back of each one, that's really it, is the hardcover and the lithographs. So if you find that I'm incorrect on that, definitely please let me know in the comments below. But here is the Pokemon Collector's Edition, and like I said, hardback, and as you can see, it's got like a matte, really soft velvet type, soft matte finish, not velvet, sorry. And then the characters actually are, I'm going to see if I can get the light. See how the light kind of shines on them? They're almost kind of like a vinyl touch of feel, and there is texture to them, so a nice addition to detail. I'm going to zoom in here so y'all can see. And as you can see, you've got your sun and your moon. And then here's the spine. Try and get it without the light there, guys, sorry. And same thing, you get that kind of gold finish. Now it's actually silver, not gold, like I was thinking before, so that must have been the light. And then on the back, it's got the sun and moon emblems, and then you've got the smooth and then like a soft matte finish. So very nice attention to detail. It's actually on this little circle right here. So I'm going to get that down in there for y'all. The only difference when I compared this little sticker to the one that's on the regular edition is the lithographs. The other one says it also has a bonus section of concept artwork and the Alola Pokedex poster. Speaking of the poster, this is the poster right here. It's paper quality. It's not like your typical poster board type paper. Oh yeah, whew. Definitely has that fresh off the press smell. So just forewarned, you may want to let it air out a little bit. I'm going to try and open this up. Decent size though, and the quality of the paper is good. It's not flimsy paper. It's like almost cardstock thickness. So can't tell, sorry guys. As you can see, it's pretty big. And then I'm going to flip it around. It does have stuff on the back as well. So, if you ever get bored and you want to change it up some, definitely you get two posters in one. But looking here, let's see if I can flatten this down some. It does start with Rowlet as 001 and goes all the way up to Magirna, sorry, at 301. So they even have Megas on here too. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, already I feel like the difference in price between the Pokedex regular edition for Sun and Moon and the collector's edition is well worth, what you're paying for. So let's get on to the actual book itself. So I apologize, we're actually going to get to the lithographs first. So this is very similar to what the first half, as Pokemon Nintendo loves to do, and split the books up. So same thing, says caution, some images may contain game spoilers. I think at this point, if you haven't gotten the game and you're new to it, you've already been watching a whole bunch of videos on it. But you've been warned, spoilers. Okay, so like I said a little bit earlier, is the lithograph artwork is of the Ultra Beasts. So we have here the different Ultra Beasts. I'm not going to go over all the names, but I'll just kind of show you. So each one has a name along the side, an image on the front, and then when you flip it over, depending on what you've got here, you have the top half that has different poses in a nice color, and then down here you've got the kind of black and white, and it shows the different poses and gives information. So overall, if you like that attention to detail, I'd say these are, you know, they're good for what you're paying for the book and everything. I'd say definitely you're getting quality for, or quantity for quality and quantity and all that jazz. So pretty much you get 8 of them if I'm not mistaken. So again, it just goes over each of the different Ultra Beasts. And some of them are cooler than others, of course, depending on your preference for the Ultra Beast. But pretty much, like I said, they each have like the color in the poses, and then just the black and white, kind of like the concept. Like, oh, okay, this is kind of what we had in mind, and then if we add a little bit of color, then voila, here's what it would look like. And so they're not all like straight up and down. This one's landscape mode, not portrait like the others. That's Katana. And the quality of the paper that they print them on, it's good too. It's not flimsy in any way. So like this one's different on the other side, which I like how they did that. It's a good contrast. It's definitely a good amount, attention to detail, quality. It's what you'd expect for something like that. So definitely, I have no complaints. And you could definitely put these in like almost like a card binder, you know, like you buy the binders and you get the sleeves and you put your baseball cards and stuff. You can get like whole page sheets, and you could put these in there and keep them nice that way. Since they're double-sided, to me that seems the best way to be able to get the enjoyment of both sides. So now we're on to the book.
I'm back. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. So very similar to the previous book, where you get artwork on the front cover. It's caution, many details of the adventure that await you are discussed in these interviews and the design documents that follow. If you haven't completed the main story and you want to experience your adventures unspoiled, skip ahead to page 1 for now and come back to read this exclusive content after you've completed it all. So, spoiler alert, you've been warned. So let's see. And there they're holding the sun and moon. So that's kind of cool. And it goes into what went into the game. Alright, so this is kind of cool. This is definitely different than the last book. I like that. Kind of get behind the scenes. Here's some more lithograph art just in book format. Aw, Rowlet, so cute. Maybe Q, Linton, Poplio. So like I said, just in the beginning we've got concept art of sorts. Here's our table of contents. So I like how they have the different sections highlighted with color, so it makes it pop out, kind of helps you direct your attention to what you want to focus on, and then below each section kind of breaks down a little bit more. And then here, if we kind of zoom in a little bit, we have the Pokedex article index. So it kind of breaks down specifics more just in a different way. This is the Alola region Pokedex checklist. And then here it has an alphabetical list. Alola region Pokemon map. That's kind of cool. I have to say the colors and attention to detail and the way they lay things out is very nice. It almost kind of has an art book feel to it, not a Pokédex feel to it or a game guide. I mean, it definitely is a game guide, obviously, but I almost kind of feel like it's a nice art book too, so it's a 2-in-1 type of deal. So it just has an image for each of the islands. Here's the Alola region Pokédex. And let's take a look at one chapter specifically, and then we'll compare another. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be the same. So here it's nice. It explains, like most of them do, on how to read the Pokédex and what you can get from each section of each chapter on each page. And here is the beginning of, it looks like, the Pokedex. So I like the little accents with the leaves. Again, kind of like we were talking about, they've got a guide along the edge of the pages. The quality of the paper is, it's not thin. It's a little thick. I would say, even though I don't like this kind of paper because I feel like it is prone to ripping and tearing, and it's not as sturdy, I do have to agree with their choice of like this versus the thicker like copy paper or the greeting card paper. So we get in the beginning, it looks like the starters each, oh, see, look, it's already ripped. Well, that's a bummer. I don't know if that came like that or if that's from when my son was turning the page. But, you know, that's what I mean. It's bound to happen. If you don't grab the pages just right or whatnot, it's going to rip. So it's not sturdy. So I'm not going to blame that on Amazon because I don't believe that was like that. Okay, so far it looks like each of the... Okay, here we go. And see, now it's kind of breaking up a little bit more into where you're getting, you know... But these are the different evolutions, so that makes sense. All right, so let's just kind of flip through here. I have to say, this is actually really nice. I like how everything's kind of open. It's not super squished. You've got little, you know, side notes and stories and details and such. Oh, I love that Pokemon. So yeah, I like it. So let's see if I can get up close. We'll do Arcanine because I love Arcanine. So let's see here. As far as how they have the information laid out here, it's not bad. You've got your Pokédex descriptions there. You've got the name of the Pokemon here. And let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. My apologies. You've got some basic information here, the height, the weight, the type, you know, what kind of Pokemon it is, and then it gives like the name. Now that's kind of nice that it gives that, because usually you get that on like an actual website. Its abilities, and then this is similar that you see typically, like the level up moves, the TMs. Of course, we don't have HMs anymore. Exclusive Z moves, moves taught by people, moves learned when evolved, egg moves. That's pretty cool. So it looks like it gives quite a bit of detail. And so it looks like that's pretty much how the Pokédex entries are. I'd say that's pretty cool. I like how it's nice and big. It is. It's like an art book combined with a guidebook. So you get both aesthetics and functionality. I like when you get that, because sometimes I get a little frustrated when you buy something, it's super nice, and then you're like, what am I getting from this other than it's just sitting there? Some real rare finds. That's cool. Little secrets and tidbits. Whoa, it's a party going on in here. Woo. Except that doesn't look so friendly right there. But everyone else looks happy. Jeez. Let's see if I can zoom in and see what's going on here. Got some conflict. Oh, they're smiling. My bad. Oh, Pikachu does. Look at Pikachu. I'm going to take you down. And then Lynn's over here. I'm going to take you down. And then she's like, I see you. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun with this poster. This is very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, yes, I do. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so we're going to go past that because it looks like the Pokédex is pretty much... Whoops. Oh, look at that. That's very nice for your megas. That's very cool. So if I had to go with just ending it on this note, I'd definitely say that the collector's edition is worth it. If any of y'all have just the regular version and you want to compare it, please feel free to do so and comment below. See if you think it's okay just to go with the regular. And then it goes into your how to complete the Pokedex. Complete your island Pokedexes. So you've got Melee Pokedex, Akala Pokedex, Pokedex, and Pony Pokedex. So it's the 4 different islands. And so you can tell where the Pokemon are and if they can be caught. So I like that. That's cool. Learning the techniques for catching wild Pokemon. Raise Pokemon that are good for catching others. Actually, I can attest to that. When I was trying to catch a female Salandit so that I could get a Salazzle, one of the things that I read online, because I didn't have this yet, because I don't believe it was out yet, was that in order to catch a female Salandit, you had to have a Pokemon that had Cute Charm, and so one of the Pokemon it recommended using was an Eevee. So in order to catch a female Salandit, I had to catch a male Eevee and evolve it through happiness by giving it massages and, giving it a couple rainbow beans to maximize everything. It evolved into Sylveon, and since it's a male Eevee evolving to Sylveon, the male Sylveons learn Charm, which helps to attract the opposite gender. So the first time I went into battle and a Salandit showed up, sure enough, it was a female. It was so easy after I don't know how many times of walking around in those bushes with just my other Pokemon and getting males all the time. So I want to say that there is something to having certain Pokemon to catch certain Pokemon. So definitely look into that. I would encourage it. Go to another world to move between day and night. That's pretty cool. Catch Pokemon that appear in the tall grass and more. So far, the information and the attention to detail, most of you probably have found some of this by just looking out online or going to some of the specific websites like Cerebi. It's got a lot of, there's a lot here. I definitely have to stay happy with the purchase. It's got some of your typical stuff with the moves and the abilities and post-game information. So there it's talking about the Ultra Beasts. And then let's see what this section is. Oh, this is the egg group table. So this information is similar to previous Pokedex, and there's some more Alolan art on the back. I just want to see what's back here. Okay, let's see. Sorry, now that the book's heavier on one side, it doesn't want to... Oh, Pokemon weakness chart. This lines up with how now in the game when you choose a Pokemon, it'll tell you which one of the moves are effective, not effective, or super effective, which I love that because for some people, it's very overwhelming to try and memorize and recall all the different weaknesses, what they're effective and not effective against, and if you have Pokemon that may not be that type's move, how that may influence the power of the move, etc. So I like that it tells you because if you can't remember all of them, then you have it there already and you don't have to look it up. So yeah, I would say overall, guys, I definitely would recommend this book. It's got a lot of good information, it looks like. I'm sure most of it is out there already, thanks to those who were, pre-ordering this and put videos up when it first came out. Took me a little while to get it, but I saw that you all really liked the last one, so I still wanted to do the collector's edition of this. I'm glad I bought it. I know my son and I will get a lot of use out of it. So please let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for checking out my video. Like, subscribe, comment, and notify. Until next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.